U.S. classified cable links Obasanjo Babalola to alleged 30 million naira court bribery in 2004. Oh boy, this was released today now. So I'm sure facts will begin to emerge about this matter between Dele Farotimi and Afe Babalola now, that is keeping Dele Farotimi in police detention until now. So now something is coming out, and I'm sure Dele Farotimi must have had some facts, which I think he should be able to root out now that they're ready to take him to court, lawyer versus lawyer. So now, while that case is being prepared, the U.S. classified cable has linked Obasanjo and Afe Babalola to alleged 30 million naira court bribery in 2004. This case will be interesting. Let's go ahead. A classified U.S. diplomatic cable leaked by WikiLeaks, has revealed allegations of a bribery scandal involving Nigeria's former President Olusegun Obasanjo and prominent lawyer Chief Afe Babalola. So the document posted by former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore alleged that the duo influenced a 2004 Court of Appeal ruling to favor them, the then Adamawa State Governor Boni Haruna, keeping him in office. Okay. The recent revelation comes amidst criticisms following the arrest of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi. Farotimi was arrested by the Nigerian police in Lagos on defamation charges after he criticized Babalola in his book Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. So Politics Nigeria reports that Farotimi was recently arraigned in an Ekiti magistrate court and charged with 16 counts, all of which he denied. He was denied bail and detained until December 10. So the leaked cable claims that Afe Babalola, acting on Obasanjo's instruction, distributed large sums of money to judges to secure a favorable outcome. Specifically, it alleges that 30 million naira, about $225,000, was given to each of the 5 tribunal judges handling the case. Oh boy. So the cable, written by U.S. officials, states that a lawyer from Babalola's team admitted to witnessing the delivery of the fund. This lawyer described the practice as a normal procedure in the country for critical cases. Can you imagine? So the allegations were detailed in a diplomatic document written by Russes J. Hanks, an acting political counselor, and published on WikiLeaks. So the cable reads, on July 5, an appeal court sitting in Jos overturned the March 24 election tribunal decision that had nullified the election of Adamawa State Governor Boni Haruna. So the verdicts of the appeal court and the election tribunal differed so significantly on their findings of the relevant facts that they beg the question of whether one verdict or the other may have been influenced by outside parties. End summary. And number 2, on July 5, an appeal court sitting in Jos overturned the March 24 election tribunal decision, Reftels A and B, that had nullified the election of Adamawa State Governor Boni Haruna, PDP member and protege of VP Atiku Abubakar. So the original election tribunal had found beyond reasonable doubt that electoral malpractices had taken place and that the election was non-compliant with the electoral law. So number 3, the appeal court in Jos, however, found that the evidence used by the election tribunal was absolutely inadequate even to prove the simplest of a criminal offense, very important to affect the appellant's cross-respondent, ridiculous for convicting any of the appellant's cross-respondent with commission of any electoral offense, and that the evidence was scandalous and naive as a basis for nullifying the election. Can you imagine? And C, according to an attorney for Haruna, the outcome was ensured in typical Nigerian fashion with cash. The attorney who works for presidential attorney Babalola said that when President Olusegun Obasanjo sent Babalola to take over the appeal, he was sent cash to be used for the appeal. So the attorney claims that he went along for the delivery of 30 million naira, about $225,000 to each of the 5 judges on the tribunal, but did not know if this was all the money disbursed. This is the normal procedure when it is an important case, he averred. Note, the appeals court decision is final and cannot be appealed to Nigerian Supreme Court. End note. So, in the comment, why the embassy has been unable to examine the appeal court ruling in its entirety, the verdicts of the appeal court and the election tribunal differed so significantly on their findings of the relevant facts that it begs the question of whether one verdict or the other may have been influenced by outside parties. So both courts were composed of senior members of the judiciary, both operating under the same laws, principles, and guidelines. It would be normal for an appeals court to have a slightly different interpretation than a lower court, but the radically divergent views of the just court from the Yola Tribunal leave little doubt that something other than the law was factored into the final decision. So WikiLeaks is renowned for uncovering confidential government documents from around the world. The organization has released over 250,000 cables from U.S. embassies exposing sensitive and controversial information about international politics. Oh boy, so this was the case of 2008 under President Olusegun Obasanjo at that time, where Babalola was used to bribe those judges at 30 million naira each of the 5 judges in that tribunal. That amounts to $225,000 each of them as at then. Oh boy, that was huge. I must tell you the truth. Very huge. That was very huge. So what does this mean now? This is going to put a twist in that Babalola case with Dele Farotimi now. They put 16 count charges against Farotimi in that Ekiti customary court. But I tell you, Farotimi has pleaded not guilty in all of them. It means that they have a long way to go. So, and it will not be easy, I'm telling you. So with this coming out now, this is going to be one of the evidences of that criminal Nigerian Judiciary criminal justice case. I'm telling you, and it's Nigerian state and it's criminal justice. So that book is going to gain fame now. Already we saw even what happened. I'm sure he must have compiled a lot of evidences before writing that, and he's waiting for a time he's going to pull it out. I'm telling you, even though he cited the case of Babalola, there must be an information around that. Babalola should know better. He just wants to clean his face, and people are blaming Farotimi for not substantiating his claim in court, but that guy might have a plan that is not known to everybody, and by the time he's going to bring out his claims, I'm telling you, or substantiate his claim with evidence, people will wow. And I'm sure he's on the way to expose the judiciary very badly. I see what he's trying to do here. So it will be very, very absurd if this case rules from beginning to the end without any substantial evidence from Dele Farotimi. And as learned as he is, I will doubt that he doesn't know what he's doing. He must have evidences that is going to roll out very soon when the time comes. The guy is still just incubating, I'm telling you. Now, one information is coming out now from the WikiLeaks, but I'm sure more will roll out, because with what happened in the judiciary system during the 2023 presidential election, you will know what is happening in this country. what transpired between the APC, the Judiciary, security operatives, and the INEC against opposition party, PDP and Labour Party, you will know what is happening. And with what they are doing now, with looking for a way to provide some kind of suspicious incentives to the judiciary and the appointment of, nepotistic appointment in the judiciary, you will know that Dele Farotimi probably knows what he's doing. Let's hope see how this case will unravel. I'm sure Dele Farotimi just kept quiet the first day in court just to see what they're presenting against him. And now that he has seen what they are presenting against him, he has pleaded not guilty. It means that the next court sitting, which is coming tomorrow, Tuesday, he will come with his evidences against all the charges. So this is just a dance that is just beginning. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment even as we wait to see what happens in court on Tuesday.